Season 38, war number 9, and we have a rematch against GT40. This time my team will be Pryde, Tigra and Omega Sentinel. I'm taking Path 7 in Section 1, Path 5 in Section 2, as well as the Doctor Doom and Dragon Man, and finally all the right side mini-bosses. Up first we have a Longshot on the Conflictor and Power Efficiency nodes, and I'm taking this fight with Pryde. I had a teammate place the white Magneto pre-fight here for me to allow me to completely bypass the Conflictor node with my parry stuns, and it also allows Pryde to build up her prowess faster, and the damage boost is also nice to have. The game plan here is to just get to my special 2 with as much prowess as possible, and then just nuke him down with that. Since this is a normal path fight in Section 1, a single special 2 from Pryde should be more than enough to take him down. And just to make sure, I phase that last part of his special 2 for some more prowess before throwing the special. A very quick and easy fight for Kitty. Now, this is the next day. I was supposed to take this fight right after that long shot, and I even used a invulnerability boost for it, because I thought that I would get this fight down straight after, but I needed my teammate there to go ahead and place the white Magneto pre-fight here for me, which he didn't. He just disappeared all of a sudden without saying anything, although he knew that he was supposed to move with me, but that's enough of that. The white Magneto pre-fight here allows me to build up my prowess with Pryde, as well as to get my stuns to stick against Kingpin. Normally he can shrug debuffs, so getting the passive stuns is a great help. It allows you to dance around a lot more freely with your parries so that you don't get cornered. The game plan here is to get to your special 2 with Pryde, get Kingpin to his special 2, face the last 3 hits, and then just drop the special 2 with all the extra prowess that you got from facing those hits of the special 2, and that damage is more than enough to take down Kingpin on basically any node, rank 4 or otherwise. But yeah, I gotta say though, KT1, you owe me an invulnerability boost for disappearing last night for that fight. Next up we have a Doctor Doom on the Power Snack and One Too Many Hits nodes, and I'm taking this fight with Omega Sentinel, starting with the heal block debuff mode active. I have taken this fight multiple times with Omega Sentinel by this point, I believe, and the game plan here is the exact same as it always is. I'm building up power to get to my special 3, then dropping that to get the 6 Incinerate debuffs. Then, along with the heal block from Omega Sentinel's second medium attack, I just completely shut down the conduit regen, and at that point all I need to do is just keep doing normal combos, finishing them with light attacks to pause the debuffs. The Incinerates deal more than enough damage to take him down eventually, as long as you just keep them paused, and with the heal block debuff, the conduit is not an issue at all. The reason why Omega Sentinel is a great option, and probably one of the best options here, is because she has that heal block to deal with the conduit. She is a very tanky champion, so Doctor Doom's block penetration and high damage output doesn't really come into play against her, and she's also immune to nullify, so the Power Snack node simply doesn't exist, and he can't nullify your armor buffs either, so you will never get shocked, unless you of course eat a medium attack from him. Even then, if you were to get hit by him, you do have the auto block safety net with those armor ups, so again, it's just a very safe fight for Omega Sentinel. Next up we have a Magneto on the ebb and flow intercept node, and I'm taking this fight with Pryde. Now the game plan here is to just nuke the fight down with my special 2, like I normally do against these ebb and flow fights. So just get to my special 2 with as much prowess as possible, intercept to remove the protection and to gain the passive fury from the ebb and flow node, and then just drop the special 2. Against champions like Magneto, if it lines up well, I do bait a special attack from them and face the last hit, or hits depending on who the defender is, to gain even more prowess so that the special 2 is sure to finish them off. This time it doesn't really line up well, and since I didn't have the protection down before Magneto threw that special, I didn't bother trying to bait another one and just threw my special 2. The damage was more than enough, even without facing his special attack, and that is partly due to me having 3 out of 3 recoil for these fights. The increased damage for Pryde specials is very good to have if you have the mastery unlocked, and since there is no drawback with the recoil due to Pryde's ability to ignore any damage with her phasing, there is just no reason not to have it on. As for this fight, we have a Killmonger on the ebb and flow intercept and mighty charge nodes, and the game plan here is the exact same as it was for the previous one. I'm just gonna try to nuke him down with a single special 2. However, with Killmonger's increased critical resistance, only 2 of my hits on that special crit, and it wasn't enough to finish him off. But since I had the mutant power boosts active, I got enough power to get back up to my special 2, and the second one finished the job. Next up we have a Dragon Man on the ebb and flow intercept and mighty charge nodes, and I'm taking this fight with Pryde. And as you probably guessed by now, the game plan is the exact same as it was the previous 2 fights. I'm just gonna nuke him down with a single special 2. However, there is an ability of Pryde's that I would like to mention here, and that is the fact that she reduces the opponent's ability accuracy by 20% while phasing if the opponent is a robot champion. That means that whenever Pryde is phasing, she can shut down their abilities. In this case against Dragon Man, it was that power charge. It is now gone completely for the rest of the fight, and here I even shut down the ebb and flow intercept node. It is just a 20% decrease to ability accuracy, but it has its uses as well. Next up we have a Bishop on the Safeguard mini-boss node, and I'm taking this fight with Pryde. And normally, when I take Bishop, I like to just keep facing his special 1 over and over again, and do most of my damage that way. But since this war is extremely close, and a single mistake can cost us the entire war, I decided to go with the safer option and just keep baiting his special 2s and face blocking them. I would say that that is the safer option, but it does take longer, and you do take some more block damage, because you really don't want Bishop to use his special 1. I do also take more damage from the poison debuff here, because I'm not phasing all the time. So essentially what I'm doing here is just making sure I have enough prowess to trigger my phasing whenever I have to, and then just baiting special 2s. I avoid him using his special 1s by just simply holding my block and waiting for him to give me an opening, either by finishing a full combo into my block or by throwing a heavy attack. Then to deal with the special 2, I dex the first part of it or avoid it by dashing back, dash at him and then just hold block. The first hit hits into my block while I'm still phased, and since Pryde doesn't cause blocked attacks to miss, it breaks your block and connects, but since you're phasing you take no damage, but you still took the hit directly, which causes your phasing to pause. That allows you to completely bypass the last 2 hits of that special without any risk of mistiming it. And that is basically one of the safest ways to fight Bishop. Next Next up we have a Mordo on the Stunning Reflection and Polka Dot Power mini-boss node, and I'm taking this fight with Pryde. The game plan here is to get to 10 prowess for the unblockable, and then just do medium light combos for the rest of the fight. Just like I used to do against those Mixmaster Mordos, and basically any Mordo on any node. Even if Mordo has specials ready, just keep doing medium light combos. If he throws a special, it's gonna miss into your face. If he doesn't, well, more often than not you're gonna have an invulnerability boost active when fighting someone like Mordo, just in case. You can face his special 3 completely and avoid the damage, but the timing is tight at times, so it is better to play it safe and use one of those boosts. You could also use one of those special 3 defense boosts, but I don't trust it myself. So at this point the fight is completely locked down. I have 20 prowess, Mordo is in the corner, and this is all I really need to do for the rest of the fight. It may not be the most exciting of fights, but it is very safe. And then we have the final fight of this war. A Terrax on the Brute Force mini-boss node, and I'm taking this fight with Pryde. And by this point you've probably seen me take some Terrax bosses with Pryde earlier in the season, and this fight is the exact same. All you need to do is just get 3 prowess and the fight is over. 3 prowess and then just medium light combos for the rest of the fight, and Terrax can't do anything. You're literally immortal if you do this. You don't take any damage from the rock field. Terrax being over aggressive during the rock field also means you will land those intercepts, and then when rock field ends just get him to a special one, bait it and repeat. That is all there is to it. But now instead of speeding through this fight, I'm gonna take this time to talk about how important this war was. So to set the stage, GT40 was sitting at number 1 of Masters, and they had not lost a single war at this point. They were undefeated, and we were sitting at the 2nd place with a single loss against GT40 earlier in the season. So getting the win here would be huge for us. Now they do have less deaths overall in the season, so we would not pass them, but having the tie on the win-lose ratio here would mean that we have a very strong possibility of landing the 2nd place of the season, with also a chance to get 1st, assuming GT40 would lose another one in the last 3 wars. Very unlikely, but not impossible if they were to land a match against someone like TCN or Jedi Assassins. As for the results, we actually did end up beating GT40 2-1. The war was extremely close, and it came down to just a silly mistake from GT40 that unfortunately cost them the war. But that being said, this just gave us a very strong chance to finish 2nd this season, and that is awesome. We do also have a chance to finish 1st, but that would require GT40 losing another one, which is very unlikely.